Welcome to the show, brewer extraordinaire from 903 Brewers, Mr. Jeremy Roberts.
We would normally hit the applause right here, but Francis isn't here.
Yeah.
And the board's way over there.
It's way over there. It's really far.
It really is. It's not. I mean, maybe if we had
like 3 feet away,
I'd say 6 or 8.
That's not 6 or 8 feet.
Oh God.
That's not.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
We're doing good. We got some New Zealand Pilsner here that we're gonna have a little sippy sip on.
Yeah, a little crispy boy.
Ooh, I love it. I love Pilsners.
Love Pilsners.
That's my thing. Now, I had a guy that asked me what makes it a New Zealand Pilsner. I don't know, man. Look it up on the internet. Which probably isn't the best response. But so what makes a Pilsner a New England or New Zealand Pilsner?
New Zealand. So, we brewed 152 different beers in 2021. And so, what we found is the consumer is like, what's new, what's next? So we can't just brew just a Pilsner. It's not to get people excited to come in it. So we do a Pilsner around the World Series. So that one was a New Zealand Pils. We just released a couple weeks ago a Czech Pils. And then I believe I'm brewing next week a Japanese Pilsner. So we got a bunch of rice in the brewery. So we have fun with it. We just research what they brew and like what style Pilsners they brew.
I think Brandon's on his way over there right now. He heard Pilsners and he's out.
What grain, what hops, what yeast, and man, we have fun with it. I think that one was like a 5%. Unfortunately, my brother-in-law drank all of the New Zealand Pils, so I don't have one to drink with you. But Brittany, who is our brand ambassador, she does a good job. If you've ever looked at our cans, she has a lot of fun with it. Talk about beer descriptions, the hops, the flavor profile, and everything that we use in it. But if you look at it, it pairs well with calamari, chips and salsa, and surfing.
Nice.
So
I love it.
You want to have some fun, do those 3 things.
Like when brewers put this pairs well with this and that, it's always one of my favorite things.
It's pretty funny stuff, too.
Especially when they do bits. Because I think there's one beer, I can't remember where it's from. It might have been from that brewery out there in like Mississippi or something like that, where they said it paired well with toasted elephant.
It's kind of wild. Yeah, it was kind of weird. Now, I love that y'all brew so many different beers. Now, I think y'all are kind of known for your slushes. Is that accurate?
Well, so we're known for our stouts and slushies. Yeah. We actually released more stouts this year than we did slushies, but man, slushies what everybody wants, and we give the people what they want. We always think that slushies are going to slow down when it gets cold. People drink slushies all the time. So, but I think we released 18 stouts over the summer. So,
oh wow,
yeah, most people don't brew 5 stouts in a year. We did 18 this summer. So, we brew it all, man.
And a lot of people will lay off the stouts in the summertime too. Like that's normally typically a winter type beer, winter, fall, typically. But I'll drink a stout anytime.
As long as it's good.
Right. Well, yeah.
Now, I love y'all's location. Y'all are up there in Canada. Huge fan of Canada. But it's not as far as people think. I'm in Carrollton, so it took me, I don't know, about 50 minutes to get there. The only thing I had to do was get on 75, which I'm not a fan of.
Right.
The death trap that is 75. But once you get up there, it's really cool. Like we rolled through, and I mean, it's massive. Y'all have so much room up there. Awesome food from what I remember as well. But it's nice and open, family friendly. There's kids and everybody just kind of having a good old time. Nothing too crazy. Anybody getting out of hand? I mean, it was a Sunday afternoon.
No, everybody's polite in Canada.
Yeah. But y'all do like cool stuff for brunches too. I've seen some of those big old biscuits and big old sandwiches y'all got going on.
Yes, we do those on Sunday. So we kind of copied the idea from Denver Biscuit Company. So when we go up every year for Great American Beer Festival, unfortunately, we hadn't got to go the last 2 years. But if you're ever in Denver, Great American Beer Festival have these massive biscuits. And if you're hungovers, that's what you need. You need a brunch biscuit and a Bloody Mary. And man, after that, you're right back in the thick of things. So my dad runs all the food for us. So really? I said, Dad, make me one of these. And it took him about 30 minutes. He whipped it up, and we only do it on Sundays. People want it all the time, but our kitchen's so small. We're excited about the new facility that we're building. Hopefully break ground this month with a proper kitchen for a facility as big as us. And I think we'll be able to add brunch to the menu almost every day.
Oh, that'll be wild.
Yeah.
So was this going to be a second location or just a new upgraded location?
It's just a new one. So a little story. A lot of people don't realize, we opened in May will be 9 years. And when I first opened, I was brewing on a barrel and a half. I call it a brew house, but it was basically a home brew system on steroids. And after about 18 months, we upgraded to a 7-barrel system. And then 5 years ago, we upgraded to 30. And so we moved, we expanded from the building that our restaurant tap room is in, just right across the alley. And that's where our production facility is. And I've hated, because of COVID, I can't take people over there. And so the new facility, man, it's gonna be awesome. We call it the Fish Bowl, where people can come up, put their hands on the glass and see us brewing, see us canning beer. And then we're actually gonna have a catwalk up top where you can walk over, yell at us as we're working. And man, we're so excited about being in one building versus 2 buildings, which we're in right now.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are so excited. I'm kind of on cloud 9. I was been in meetings with our general contractor all day, getting our final building permits, ready to break ground. And we've been working on this for almost 2 years now. So I'm ready.
Awesome.
Nice. So after you break ground, like how long are we talking?
Well, pre-COVID, probably 8 months. But with COVID, you just never know. Like every day, it's just like, you can't get this, you can't get that, or the prices of this have gone up. And so that's what we're talking about today is like, just tell me a date. And they said, we're thinking 10 to 12 months. The company that we chose, they build schools, they build big projects. Underneath the roof. Now, this includes the patio area and everything, but it's going to be 42,000 square feet. So this is a big facility.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
So we wanted somebody who knew how to do a big project like this.
Right.
And so they said they've been able to buy a lot more, get things a lot quicker than they used to. And so they're thinking they can have us moved in this time next year.
That's awesome.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. So we already got a question coming in from the crowd. We got Mr. Horny Gnome Bar asking, what's the craziest combo you've brewed for a beer?
Craziest combo? Shit, it's all crazy. Man, what's the craziest thing that we've done? Well, we just put glitter in beer.
Okay.
They did.
Edible glitter. And a customer sent us a message that said, if anybody's wondering if this will make your poop gold, it will. So, having 2 kids, 1, 2, 1, 5, when I get to go to the bathroom, I don't have time to get up and look at it. I'm usually in a hurry. So if you want to spice up your poop, man, drink some of our bougie berry slushy with gold glitter and you'll be pooping gold.
Bougie berry slushy. I love that name.
Bougie.
Old school. Thank you so much, man,
So
for
great.
the gifted subs, and Ryan with the sub. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that I've noticed the glitter thing making its way into beer, and it just kind of, it makes me hesitant. I haven't drank one yet.
Does it make you nervous?
Well, it kind of does, because I was at one place and I was like, hey, how much, what is this? And then I was like, hey, what's this mean? He goes, oh, it's the same beer, but it has glitter. And I go, we can pass on that. But it looks so cool in the glass,
Yeah, well, man, you want gold poop, man. Don't pass on it.
I'm going to get Lizzie out here.
I think that would make a great TikTok video. I'm just saying.
Yeah, hey, you'll go viral on that. That's for damn sure. You'll go viral.
There we go.
Prefer not to be viral.
Which one are we going with? Is this one though?
This is the limited edition Texas pecan.
Do you have the pecan over there, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to make sure we were getting something that he had.
Here's my
So
question.
the only thing I don't have is the New Zealand, so I've got everything else with you.
Is it pecan or is it pecan? We're both from, we're from the north, essentially. I've been in Texas for 30 years. We've been in Texas for 30 years, but I'm from Kentucky. He's from Detroit. We don't know what to say.
Well, I didn't realize I was talking to somebody from up north. I'll talk slower. So we call it a pecan.
Okay.
And up north they call it a pecan. So
that's what we're always throwing off.
I don't know, maybe.
At the end of the day, I tell people, call it what you want, just buy it. That's all I care.
Boy, this is delicious looking. Look at the head on that thing. Now I got a 4-pack of this. I think I got a 6-pack of the Pilsner. So I'll be going through these the next couple of days, taking some nice, tasteful photos.
So let me tell you a little bit about this beer. This is a beer I homebrewed, and actually called it Grandma's Pecan Pie Porter. And I was like, I really don't want my grandma. She grew up Southern Baptist. She didn't really like me opening a brewery. So I was like, I don't want to make her too mad. I've already made her mad. I'm opening a brewery, so I don't want to make her too mad naming a beer after her. So we just changed it to cracking up pecan porter, cracking up the pecans.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually use local pecans. Choctaw, which is right across, Choctaw Casino. They call it a pecan orchard. So we get our pecans from them. And the thing about it, like a porter by itself, a good porter has that dry roastiness. But when you eat a pecan, it's not like there's tons of flavor. It's not like biting into an orange. It's dry. You're like, and so it blends well with a porter. That's why a lot of people do pecan porters. This batch this year, we actually upped the ABV a little bit, 9%. And that gives it a lot of that residual sugar, that sweetness, especially for the winter, the holidays. You drink it, it warms you up, puts you in a little bit better mood. And then it kind of finishes with that like nice, dry roastiness that A, you want from a porter, but B, you want for pecans. So it's just like you're just been eating pecans and you're just drinking this beautiful beer. I absolutely love this one. This is my favorite seasonal we do.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a good sipping beer. Like it's a sit outside, maybe, where it's chilly, you got maybe a fire going,
Smoke a cigar.
You got a cigar, you're watching the stars move a little bit, you know what I mean?
Just enjoying life. I like how you include the glassware, the recommended glassware on the cans. And this one pairs with smoked meats, peanut butter cups, and a good laugh.
A good laugh.
What do you think?
I think it pairs well with everything. I'm sitting there trying to I'm running the calculation in my head. Like, what wouldn't I like this with? And it's just tasty. It's full of flavor, and it's one of those that it's perfect time for right now when we're having it, I think. Yeah, absolutely. And it looks, look at that. It's so dark. It's perfectly carbonated. Oh my God, it's fantastic. I'm glad I got a 4-pack of these. Yeah.
So we're gonna break up the beer talk a little bit.
Oh, no more beer talk.
We'll come back to it, right. But we want to go in and out, right?
Oh, that's all I want to do. Keep it together, man.
I'm doing great, brother. Okay, all right. Hold on, I lost my question here for a second.
You're gonna ask about something.
Stupid.
Stupid.
So this one it pairs well with smoked meats. I'm going to ask you a meat question. Okay. If your sheets had to be made out of deli meats, what meat would they be made of?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
You're the guest on the show.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
I don't ask this guy questions. I don't care what he thinks.
I already know what I would do. Yeah, I picked it real quick.
So say it again.
So if your bed sheets had to be made out of deli meat, what meat would it be made of?
Let's go pastrami.
Okay.
I like that.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Rapid Dave.
Well, when I picked it, I forgot that you said deli meat. I just heard meat. I go smoked brisket. I don't want to be like bologna or something. It's just too greasy, right? It's too. I want something that's a little bit drier and it's going to keep me warm, a little thick.
Okay. All right. I'm going with like a nice Black Forest ham. I don't know.
You're going to slide her out of those sheets.
Maybe.
It's like silk sheets, baby.
I want to be comfy. I don't want something too firm, Send it up a little bit.
Right. Hey, man, can we chime in the "that's what she said" jokes, or is that uncalled for on the show?
Highly encourage. You get extra points for those.
Whenever you want to drop us, just slip it in there. You don't even have to tell us it's coming. You just
fire it in there.
Yeah, that's what she said.
There we go.
All right, there we go. Zach's coming in. What states are they currently in, and what other states do you plan going in 2022?
All right, so bear with me. So obviously we're in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arizona, California, Washington, Oregon, Illinois. And then we're getting ready to launch first quarter, Georgia, North Carolina, and Colorado. So everyone always asks, how do you choose these states? Like, and we could be in all 50 states because distributors reach out like, we want your beer. We've made the mistake signing with a bad distributor, and once you sign with a distributor, you're stuck with them, right?
Right.
So it's kind of like you guys, y'all are stuck with each other. So the thing is we choose who we feel is a good distributor, good partner, who understands our brand, the beers that we do, and how can they best sell them. And once we find them and we feel comfortable, then we move forward. And we're really excited about Colorado as a crowded market. We found a wonderful distributor out there. We found a wonderful distributor in Georgia and North Carolina. So we're excited they're picking up their first batch of beer end of January, and we're launching in February. Pretty pumped.
That's insane. I had no idea that reach was like, I mean, well, of course I don't go to Oregon or anything like that, but hell, that's crazy how many states y'all are in.
Horny's gotten some of it out there in Nebraska.
Cool story, Horny. Thanks, man.
Tavor a few times locally.
Tavor is a wonderful partner of ours. They helped us tremendously during COVID. And if you're not familiar with the Tavor app, get it, download it. And it's weird how it works because they just say these beers, they're available. And they pick up a lot of our beer and they sell out within 24 hours. It's nuts. Oh, wow. But they do a good job of shipping our beer all across the country. So they've really have helped build us for these other markets.
So does Tavor do the markets that you're not typically distributing to?
So Tavor actually, there's been some states that are like, we're no longer allowing beer to be shipped to consumers. Okay. So like what's crazy is Tavor distributes they'll mail beer to Texas, but in Grayson County where I'm at, they don't ship beer to Grayson County, which is funny because they pick it up from Grayson County, right? Because they pick it up from us. Right. So there's just a lot of these weird laws.
I love the government. It's so much fun.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's great. They've lost some states. So that's been a hard thing for us is when the people call us and like, hey, we used to get your beer from Tavor. Can you ship it to us? And I'm like, man, I wish I could. Unfortunately, I can't. But
send yeast samples, I've heard. That's fine.
Yes. That's what we need. That's what we need to label it as.
Yeah, you slap it on. It says yeast sample, but it's going to a residential address. And nothing to see here. We're fine.
Hey man, that's a good beer name, yeast samples. It's just, and I'm not lying. I'm not. It's just yeast samples.
They don't know what yeast samples are.
I don't know.
Hey, I think we're onto something. I like it. I like where we're going.
We've got a lot of great ideas. They just never pan out.
We don't. Yeah, we don't have any good ideas. They always sound good because we're like 3 a.m. and smash, and we're like, yeah, then we're gonna definitely do this, and then we don't remember anything for like 4 weeks, and all of a sudden someone's calling us. I'm like, yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we were gonna buy a soccer complex once.
Yeah, we were almost bought like Blue Sky. You ever heard of Blue Sky? It's like an indoor soccer place. They were selling. It was like we were gonna buy a massive ass. It was like a big ass indoor soccer place. And I was like, yeah, no, I don't remember that. We're not interested anymore.
After drinking Imperials for 4 hours, it was a great idea.
What are you gonna do?
So what is, you said this is one of your favorite seasonal beers. What's your favorite everyday you brew year round beer that you have?
Sasquatch. Just the OG Sasquatch. So you've got birthday Sasquatch.
Yeah.
And
what makes it a birthday Sasquatch?
So
8 years.
The original Sasquatch is a Imperial chocolate milk stout. That's, before we opened 903, I drank Oscar Blues 1050. I loved it. I love 1050. So what I wanted to do was my own spin on 1050, and that's Sasquatch. And it's 10.3%, so we didn't quite reach that 10.5. And I actually brewed that beer. It was just going to be a seasonal. It was going to be on my birthday, which is the end of this month, end of January. And the beer just gained legs. And in 2015, we won a silver medal at the Great American Beer Festival, and it kind of put us on the map. And we thought, man, let's brew this bad boy year round. And so a lot of our pastry stouts, our variants come from the Sasquatch base. So we've got to release a beer because Sasquatch and I share the same birthday. So to answer your question, what makes it a birthday Sasquatch is we brew our normal Sasquatch, and then we add tons of chocolate and marshmallow to it. So we want to make it taste like birthday cake. And a cool thing is if you'll look at the label, so every year, let me get to it right here.
Yeah.
See, he's got the 8th candle on it. So it shows that Sasquatch turned 8 this year.
Okay.
So, yeah. There's a lot of little details on all of our beer labels that I try to share and show as much as possible because our artist does such a good job. But, yeah, it's
I was going to ask if you did it yourself or if you had someone else that you just kind of bounce the ideas off of.
Look at me. Do you think I could draw anything?
You'd be surprised, man. Some people can just draw.
Computer programs these days make it easy too.
Oh, is that what it is? I still can't draw with a computer.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So the original artist of this, unfortunately, he doesn't work for us anymore. Freehand and drew Sasquatch, and man, he did a really good job. And so we still use that image, even though that we've got several new artists that work for us. But I mean, think about it. We released on average 3 new beers last year. I mean, they were busy. And so people are asking me all the time, what beer are you dropping this week? I'm like, I have no idea. I can tell you what we're releasing in 4 months from now because that's what I'm working on. But I have no idea what we've got dropping this week.
So this one pairs with vanilla ice cream, birthday cake, and how old am I?
Interesting.
Yeah. So you say this pairs well with vanilla ice cream. Have you done a beer float with this?
Absolutely.
Does a one-legged duck swim in a circle?
I don't know. I've never seen a one-legged duck swim, so I can't answer that question.
How would you know if it's one-legged or not?
That too. Their legs are underwater.
Yes, and I love beer floats. If you've never done a beer float, man, you haven't lived life.
The first time I did a beer float was with from New Belgian. What is it? 1882, I think it is, or it's some year. Their beer. It's one of their stouts. Yeah. I did it with that.
The winter one or whatever.
And it was delicious. And I was like, I have to do this more often.
Does a duck with a boner drag weeds? I would assume so, Hostile Dot.
I mean, it depends. So. Is he hung?
God. Is the water cold?
I get that. I'd expect that from you, Francis. Francis says he's never done a beer float. So
that guy.
It's just, it hits different with that ice cream. Like there's something about that vanilla ice cream with it. And the crazy thing with the ones that I've done is you get a lot of the alcohol taste in the foam. Like once you put it in there and you have all that foam up there, that foam's like almost a straight alcohol.
Really?
Yeah.
This one's super sweet.
It's good.
It's not overly sweet, but it's like, you start getting yourself confused if you're having a beer or not, right? Like, oh man, this sweet drink's about to knock me on my ass.
And it's what, 9%?
Yeah, those are dangerous.
Get
you. Those are.
This one's 9.8. So
9.8.
It's actually the lowest ABV birthday Sasquatch we've done. And the reason why it's a little bit lower is we stopped fermentation a little bit earlier to leave that residual sugar in there. It thickens up the beer, and then it really it pairs well with like when we add basically when we do chocolate. The way that we add chocolate is like basically cocoa powder. So like just a bunch of cocoa powder, and we actually add the marshmallow in the boil. So that it's really neat how it works. And you put it in there, and you would think it would just dissolve immediately, and it doesn't. It just stays on top. If you think of a hot chocolate, right? Marshmallow stays there.
Yep.
And then it just slowly melts and just gets in that beer. And when you drink this beer, that's what you're tasting. You're tasting just a thick chocolate marshmallow stout, and reminds me of birthday. I love it.
Yeah, this is definitely a birthday beer. It's just got birthday all over it.
Birthday. Just say birthday one more time.
Birthday.
Yeah, there you go.
So you talked about how this is your lowest ABV for
the birthday Sasquatch. Yeah,
birthday Sasquatch. So let's go into what is the lowest ABV you've ever brewed, and what's the highest that you've brewed?
I want to know the highest.
I want to know both.
Yeah.
Let's go both.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go lowest first. So the Cerveza Por Favor is 4%.
Okay.
We actually brewed that. So when we first got in the Oklahoma market, the casino's like 15 minutes from our brewery to the casino.
Oh,
and so the casino's like, we want your beer. We want it on. Well, that was whenever Oklahoma could only do 3-2 beer. So I learned that 3-2, they do they measure alcohol by weight, and we do alcohol by volume. So 3.2 alcohol by weight is actually 4% alcohol by volume in Texas.
Okay.
So when Oklahoma changed the law, we're like, shit, cerveza sells so well for us and everybody loves it. I'm not going to change it. I left it as is.
Right.
So it's that low because of the old the old Oklahoma laws. The highest ABV beer I've done, we did a Fragile Like a Bomb. It was part of our reserve series. It was the tribute to RGB, and it was 16.4%. And that beer, if I had some, I would send it to you. We'll do volume 3 the spring or early summer. But what's really cool about that beer is we actually soak the coffee beans in Maker's Mark whiskey. And then I'm a big coffee drinker. So I was thinking this is going to be awesome because all those coffee beans I'm going to have, and I could use it, but it wasn't good after we were done with it. But we added the coffee to the beer, and basically we cold brewed the beer with the coffee that was soaked in Maker's Mark. So the beer almost tastes barrel aged because you get all that sweetness from Maker's Mark whiskey with the coffee. And then we use vanilla beans, but it didn't drink like a 16.4 beer. We were having to call people's wives and husbands and said, come get them. They're passed out in our brewery. It was a fun time.
Sounds like it, yeah.
So what style of beer was that?
It was a stout.
It was a stout? Okay. All right.
It was an imperial stout.
Okay. So Zach's asking, I need to know how to get Land of Milk and Honey. That beer is the best.
Man, here's the deal.
That's never good.
That's the beer that built the brewery, right? It got us up off the ground. That was 90% of our production. And then sales tanked. So, we're driven by like retail shelves, like cold space, what the distributor wants. So we said, let's do this. Let's not brew the beer for a year. Let's bring it back and let's see if people missed it. So we did. We took it off the market. We did it for a year. We rebrewed it. It was actually this time last year. We hyped the hell out of it. It didn't sell. It didn't move. Everybody's like, that's my favorite beer. And I'm like, well, you were the only one who drank it because like we couldn't give it away. And at the end of the day, we're in the tap room. We were like, oh, you bought a case of beer? Here's a free 6-pack of milk and honey. Like
wow.
We'll take it. And some people were like, no, we're good. I'm like, shit.
What?
No, we're good. You know what? Just keep it, bud.
Oh, yeah. No.
It's just
I don't like free stuff either, so I don't know. I'm just a weirdo.
It's sad. I mean, I love that beer. I mean, it's a golden milk stout. Who the hell brews a golden milk stout? And we used honey and, the name Land of Milk and Honey. I thought it was a really cool name. And we did well with that beer for about 3.5, 4 years, but fortunately it just went away.
Kind of ran its course.
It ran its course. It's done.
Oh, boy.
Zach also said, by the way, all your other beers are great too. And then he said, I'll take that recipe if you got it.
I could have swore we were somewhere, and he was like, no, 903 sucks or overrated. They didn't want to go up there that day.
Hey, you know what? I would hug somebody if they said we were overrated. I have never heard that. I've never heard we're an overrated brewery.
I mean, it's either a great thing or a tragedy. It's one of
So what is your, let's take away Land of Milk and Honey. What's the favorite beer that you've brewed that you just absolutely love that just tanked, that nobody wanted it? And you're like, why? This beer's so great, but it just didn't do it.
Can I come back to that? I
Sure.
wasn't prepared for that question.
What's your favorite Spice? Who's your favorite Spice Girl?
Yes.
Shit. Man, come on. You're asking me questions for when the Spice Girls dropped. That was late 90s. Well, who was it? What's the one married to the soccer player?
Oh, yeah. Posh Spice.
Posh Spice?
Yeah.
She did it.
Yeah.
That'd be my favorite. I'm bad with names.
I know who that is. There'll be a poster up here next week. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, man. So what are some things you got coming up at the brewery?
So I'm telling you, I'm so pumped about this. We're planning it's February 12th, and it's a barrel aged festival, and we're releasing 6 barrel aged beers. And the least aged beer that we're releasing is 24 months.
Oof.
The longest barrel aged beer that we're releasing is 30 months. And we've been saving these. Kind of during COVID, we're like, what do we do? Should we release a barrel aged beer? Should we not? Let's just save this. And we really thought, shit, COVID was done. And then December and first part of January, it's been rough. So we're hoping February 12th for Barrel Age Fest. It's going to be $25. You get a badass glass, and then you get to try 6 barrel aged beers. And we're going to have all those in bottles available to go. But it's going to be on a Saturday. Doors going to open at 11, and the party will go until 9. And my big bald head will be there the whole time, drinking everything I can.
So is that on your website, 903brewers.com? They can get tickets.
I'm releasing that tonight on Strikeout Beer. This is breaking news.
Oh,
whoa,
right
wah.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We just
so now
released
10 people know.
Yeah. No,
So
hey, the Ducks are in here now. What's up, Ducks? All right. So yeah, I mean, that sounds like a fantastic thing. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of hotels up in Canada where we can get a nice room, go get Blitz, and just, you know,
I mean,
I'm gonna drive back to
might have
Carrollton.
to. We did get the Ducks did ask said Jeremy Ducks hard. Can we get him to take his top off for the ladies? I don't know.
Is he one of these guys too that just take his shirt off for no reason? We got a couple of friends like that. We were raising.
I'm rocking the dad bod, man. I'm not ashamed. I've worked hard for this thing.
Oh yeah, never. No. I tell my kids that are old enough that they have kids of their own. I go, don't you ever be ashamed. I go, nah, man.
Never. Michelle's in here, said, I love Jeremy. She's staying at Jeremy's.
Oh, all right then.
I love Michelle.
Where are we flying to? Hostled out. We're Sherman, Texas. That's where you're coming to, buddy.
Yep. Yeah. So that actually sounds like a great event. So when will it be posted on the website to buy tickets?
So we're going to release it on actually 30 days out. So we were discussing that today, January 12th. And what we're going to do, so our barrel aged beers, you know, a lot of breweries will sell barrel aged beers for $20-$30 a bottle. I wish I could get $20-$30 a bottle in Sherman. So all of our barrel aged beers are $15.99.
Okay.
And so what we're going to do, we're going to drop it on the 12th, is for $99. You get all 6 bottles plus the glass, and then plus the card. So I know this sounds like an infomercial, but I'm like, wait, there's more. So you pre-buy the barrel aged bottles. You're going to get the glass and the card. And the reason why we kind of decided to do that is because we feel that some people may not feel comfortable getting out due to COVID, and they're going to really want this glass. And so we set 50 glasses aside for it. And so we're gonna do that on the 12th. And if it sells like our pre-sale on our slushies or our other pastry stouts, I imagine it's gonna sell out that day. So, but we're gonna do it on the 12th. And I'll tell you what, if y'all would like to come, I'll make you my guest. You already have to pay for it. Since you brought me on your show, we talked about it today. You can be my guest. And
no, we that's the difference between us and everybody else. We actually pay for everything, so we actually love supporting and whatnot. You know, it's a big deal to us. So
I love people like you.
You know, we do this for fun. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of, it's weird, right? Most people don't understand when we say that. I'm like, no, we'll stop by and we'll give you money. Right. Our product, and we'll call it a day. It's a transaction.
It's called a business transaction.
But I can't wait, actually, because I'm waiting for it to go live, because I'm very interested in this. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And the 12th, is that on a Friday or Saturday?
Saturday. Okay. So we do all of our big events on Saturdays, because that's where I get to hang out in the tap room all day and act a fool.
There you go.
Oh man, that's my problem.
Michelle, why are we just hearing about this now? Because it's just announced right now. Breaking news.
So Dre, who's I call her Dr. Dre. She's our new marketing genius. So we just planned it, and then I came home and opened up my laptop, and I'm talking to my 2 new friends right here. So that's why everybody's just finding out about it.
Yeah,
there we go.
We're gonna be there. So yeah, no, I'm absolutely on board. But yeah, no, I appreciate the offer or whatnot. But yeah, no, we're gonna pay for it, because that's just what we do. We gotta, you know.
So now we need story time, because we just cracked open the next one. Hand me that can.
Oh yeah.
We just cracked open. Hold on, let me turn.
There's no duck discount. You guys got to pay triple. That's just how it goes.
That's the duck discount.
Yeah, that's your duck discount.
Welcome to Canada. Actually, Sherman, Texas. So we were talking about how you're up in Canada. For those who don't know, tell them the story of why you're. the story behind this?
Oh, Jesus.
Well, so Michelle and there's several other that are in a duck group, and so they always have made fun of me because they call Sherman Canada because it is on the can. We did the math. It's 63 miles from Dallas to Sherman, so
That's a haul.
we're so far north, and so we thought, hey, let's make fun of ourselves, and so we do the Welcome to Canada, and then if you look at the label, it's pretty cool. It says actually Sherman. See right there. Well, so Welcome to Canada, actually Sherman.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then so from Dallas to our doorsteps at 903 Brewers, it's 63 miles. And from the border of Canada to our doorsteps at our brewery, it's 1,138 miles. So we said, hey, let's do it. So what's all in Welcome to Canada? So have y'all popped it open yet? Poured it out?
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's tasty.
So it's a maple coffee stout. So, man, I opened that and immediately I'm thinking breakfast. Like this is the beer that like
Very sweet.
Before you get to take the drink, that's what you smell. You smell that maple.
Yeah.
You get that real strong maple taste with it.
Mm-hmm.
And just so you guys know, this pairs with pancakes, bacon, and who's a good boy?
Oh, okay.
Who's a good boy?
I was like an ex-girlfriend.
And what would this one come in at ABV wise?
A lot.
No.
I can't take. That's the thing.
Only
we,
11.3.
we drink these beers.
that's a sessionable 903, by the way.
I can handle like 5%ers. That's my as big ass as I am, man. I can only handle 5%ers. These 11s, these 9s, they'll knock me right on my just fat ass every time.
We love a good stout. Won't be surprised.
So a lot of people talk about our stouts, and here's where we get beat up on our stouts. Not so much ABV, the mouthfeel, how thin it is. Well, the reason why I brew a thin stout is really one reason. It's because I don't want to drink a stout and feel full. I want to drink a lot of them. So if I've got a 4-pack, I want to finish that 4-pack. I'm not doing it. I'm not at a share pouring it for everybody. So the thinner the stout, the more I can drink. I don't feel full. I don't feel bloated. And then, plus I can eat a lot. And so if you think about it, like you taste this stout compared to Birthday, it's a thinner mouthfeel. It's a higher ABV, but it doesn't taste like it. You're going to feel it though. The more you drink it, it's going to warm you up. And you know what? Like you like more people. I'm making the world a better place.
I do find that to be true.
That's the problem.
Especially with this guy over here.
Jesus.
He hates people. You get a few beers in him. All
He
of a
loves
sudden,
everybody.
Kathy, and he loves everybody. He's hugging people, high fives. It's just great.
It is a 180. I will admit it. I don't like to be touched. I don't want to be, social or whatever, but I have a couple beers and, all of a sudden it's, what's up, buddy? How
He
you
gets
doing?
a little handsy.
Yeah, I do get handsy. Whoa.
That's been the hardest thing for me for COVID because I'm a hugger. Like, come here, bring it in, let's hug, right? And so because of COVID, I don't want to get it. But at the same time, I don't know if this person that I'm about to hug is just now got out of the house for the first time in 2 years. And here I come in, this big, bald, bearded guy is going to give him a hug. But that's the thing is when you drink, you get excited. You want to hug people. You want to laugh. And COVID's really changed a lot of people. And it's kind of changed me a little bit.
It definitely has. You know what I mean? It's like at first when this all happened, I was, not ecstatic or anything like that. I was just happy to be home where I can work from home and I don't have to go out. And then you're like, well, this kind of sucks. Everything's closed. You can't go anywhere. And there's a lot of breweries that we know that just opened and, people we're trying to support. And that's when, Beer to Go, we're like hammering everybody to go to Beer to Go. And we were doing a lot of charity work and things like that. And I think it's changed some people for the worse, some people for the better. And I hope, whenever we finally get out of it, I hope everybody is just a little bit nicer, a little bit better, and a little bit more understanding. Cause it's been up and down for us, just between family and friends and talking to people that own, breweries and things like that, hey, they just opened and they were hit immediately. You know what I mean? So they put everything on the line. And then everybody gets shut down. So I really do. I hope everybody comes out just a little bit better.
Yeah. One thing that I think that I've seen in the brewing industry is a lot of brewers had to adapt to everything. And I think one thing that's kind of come out of it is it's just shown how this community supports the beer in the area.
Yeah.
With the beer to go, with everything the breweries have been doing to adapt to it, with bringing in more food trucks, with adapting on their own locations and making food there and selling food there. And I think it's kind of improved the whole overall experience of everything.
I think it has. And, we thought, we were almost 7 years in business, and COVID hit. We're like, we're done. We're done. We looked at each other, and me and my wife, we're like, we're done.
You really thought it?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I had no idea. I mean, I watched the news. I was scared as shit. And, at that time we had 25 employees. We didn't know that we were going to get COVID money. We didn't know that. I mean, we didn't know anything. We knew that we could not open, and this scary disease was going to take us out. And we didn't lay one person off. We kept everybody working. And, I'm proud to say we have 43 employees now. And, but it's not because what we've done, it's because people have supported us. Our community supported us. The amount of people that drove up from Dallas that bought beer, and they would tell us, like, we're not going to drink all of this. We're going to give this to our neighbor. We're going to try to get them hooked onto you. And then that neighbor would come up and say, this is when we're closed. So we're doing drive-through only. They're like, we got your beer from our neighbor who came up here. We loved it. We're buying more. We're going to give it to our other neighbor. We're like, holy shit, maybe we're going to make it. And so for us, man, it has just been, it sucks to say this because it's hurt so many people, but it's been such a big blessing for us because people rallied and supported us, and we asked for help and they gave it to us. And, my wife, Natalie, she owns the brewery with me, and, we just haven't taken our foot off the gas pedal. We just keep going and going and pushing and pushing. And, but man, it's been, the support from everybody has been amazing. And and every brewery that I talked to is the same thing. They're like, man, the amount of people that just come and bought beer when we didn't think we were going to be open kept us going. And whether it was cash or just encouragement, it did it for us. The cash is what we needed to make payroll, but the encouragement of people coming up and saying, we love you, we want you to be open. We're like, holy shit. Like I think we're going to be okay. And, it just hasn't changed. So, there's a lot of good things that we can look at COVID. There's been a lot of bad things, but a lot of good things for business that, I think has really helped a lot of small breweries like us.
I think it has as well. Everybody flocked to the local, the small business and things like that. Not just small, craft breweries or anything like that, but any small business, they definitely flocked to it. And beer to go definitely helped. Everybody was like, hey, I'm coming by to buy beer. You know what I mean? They bought beer, got out of there. They did the growlers or they did cans or whatever. And they just kind of kept going. And everybody you talk to, it was, obviously it's a massive impact, but they found a way. And social media, hey, we're out here today. We're out here, and the Ducks are in here, and they seriously are above and beyond any other group I've ever seen that are, hey, we're out here to support this person, support this group, and they'll post it. They'll tell you where they're at. And it's just been great. It really is. And I keep thinking that we're almost to the end of this, and now it's like, Jesus, we got a little bit to go.
We got Omicron, right?
It's always something that's gonna, but hopefully everything stays open, everything stays good. And because I'll tell you what, I've been out there. I've made the trip to Canada like one time, and it was fantastic. I had a blast up there.
I haven't been yet, but looks like I'm going next month. So
it's delicious.
February 12th.
We got the question here. Does Jeremy Roberts' beard really taste like marshmallows? The public needs to know.
It looks like it does.
I can ask my wife. I don't taste my beard. I guess I can.
You don't ever just pull it up and give it
It's just
a feel.
Sometimes you get a little bored.
I gotta trim this. Just get that under control.
You get food in it all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to get really insecure when people were like, "You got food in your beard." And the thing is, I tell everybody, my beard's got to eat too.
Yeah. How do you think it got so big?
Yeah. My wife asked, she
starve
goes, "Hey, you got stuff in your beard?" I don't care. I'm at the house. I got to go back to work.
Saving that for later.
You get off my ass. I got things to do. I got to go.
When's the thing? February 12th? Is that the date?
February 12th.
We've got a buddy from Ohio.
He's up
asking.
in Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
Mazel good things. Yeah, absolutely. Mazel good things.
Yeah, Barrel Age Fest. So we've got Trojan Horse, which is our barley wine. And all of the beers were aged in Iron Root Republic whiskey barrels. So if you don't know about Iron Root, they're a distillery that's about 5 minutes north of the brewery, and they've won. In 2020 they won world's best whiskey. And so in so what would be ours Great American Beer Festival? So if we won world's best brewery, it's a big deal. They won world's best whiskey, and they're a 5-year-old distillery in Denison, Texas. And a cool thing is the licorice family that owns it, Jonathan, lived across the street from me, and he was my neighbor. And so during the day, he would come to my house. We'd homebrew all day. And at night, I would go to his house, and we'd make moonshine. I mean, it was illegal as shit. So we had to do it at night, and I get to learn how to make whiskey. And the licorice family is like our family. We do a lot of collaborations with them. We try to use exclusively their whiskey barrels, but we actually brew their single malt and their Irish whiskey. It hasn't been released yet because I think it's 4 years. I think the first batch we brewed was 2 years ago, but it's aging nicely. It's a really hard part of my job is to drive the 5 minutes up the road and taste their barrels. But I'm actually going to be at the distillery on Friday, and we're going to taste. They're dumping 45 barrels. When I say dump it, they're for whiskey, right?
Right.
And so
I was like dumping it out, right? Because nobody needs that much whiskey.
They're pumping it out. So we're going to pick which barrels we want. And I'm probably going to take all of them and fill them bad boys up. And now we probably will never release aged beer as long as we have for this Barrel Age Fest. So typically it's about 8 to 12 months. You know, we tell everybody the barrels tell us when they're ready for that beer to get the hell out. But on this one, just because of COVID and lockdown and like, man, we want to save it for a big party. And we hope February 12th, Omicron is calmed down and people are ready to get out. And it's a 70-degree Saturday because we're going to have one hell of a time.
Michelle asked if you have room for the RV camp out.
Michelle, I've already got your spot picked out and reserved. It is ready to go.
I like RVs.
There we go.
I've already found a hotel that's close by. I was like, yeah, that's fine. I'm a Holiday Inn kind of guy. Maybe a Hilton Garden, but I'd love La Quinta.
Nothing wrong with La Quinta.
Don't stay at the La Quinta in Sherman. Stay at the Holiday Inn. The Hilton Garden Inn in Denison is just right up the road. That's my favorite out of all of them.
The Garden Inn?
Yeah, the Hilton. It's not. It's brand new. But yeah,
he's
don't
over
stay
there
at
clicking on things and booking it as we speak.
Yeah, I got to take care of business. You know what I mean? I'm a planner. What do you want me to do?
Unless that La Quinta is $35 a night, don't pass on it. But
that's the only. Yeah, I'm in on that. You know, when you have to travel with pets or something like that, it's completely.
Here's the
reasonable.
thing.
There's
I'm
actually
not
a day-
drinking enough not to remember my experience at the hotel.
Yeah.
there's actually a Days Inn that's a mile from the brewery, and if you're looking for a good Instagram shady hotel, you can't go wrong there.
No, I don't want it.
The roaches at night may steal your shoes. Just saying.
God, I'll never hear the end of it.
You won't have to hear it from her till the next morning. She can
right.
remember it that night. So, Jeremy, what is there anything else coming up that you want to promote? Where can we find you at? Give us the scoop.
So, man, you know, this week
on the spot on like what's your web address?
So my brain is fried this week because this is the week we plan our calendar for the whole year, and so you know I've been working on everything. You know, our next big event after Barrel Age Fest is going to be Texas Independence Day. We always throw a big event for Texas Independence Day, and I love it because that means spring's on his way, and I like winter. But man, after Christmas, I'm done. So, but you know, our 9-year anniversary party is coming up. It's going to be mid-May. We haven't set the date for that yet, but it's looking like this is going to be our last anniversary party in this facility. So we're gonna throw one hell of a party.
That's awesome.
That's sweet. Facebook. Instagram,
and Dr. Dre started us a TikTok account.
I was going to ask if you're on the TikTok.
Yeah, all the kids are these days.
So she's made a fool out of me a few times. So if you're not following us on TikTok, you can watch the videos on Facebook and Instagram. but she has a lot of fun with that.
Yeah. You give them the follow on all three, people.
Yeah,
Don't
as you
skip
should,
out. Don't
because
skip
let's
out.
be honest, because everybody's on all three. So get your ass over there and
Right.
throw them a like, throw them a follow, and then like their last 10 videos. How about that?
Do that.
Yeah, don't be lazy.
Yeah. Support.
Yeah.
Support.
This beer's already got me all effed
This
up.
beer's awesome. Jeremy, want to thank you so much for joining us, brother. Looks like we're going to see you on February 12th, and have a good old time.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having us on. And man, it was good catching up with you guys. I look forward to seeing you on the 12th.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks so much, Jeremy. Have a great one.
You too.
Cheers, sir.
Cheers.
Yeah, this is when we would normally have the applause going or whatever, but Alan can't move his big ass over there.
So far
to
away.
hit the thing.